Rhino Republican Liz Cheney teams up with Nancy Pelosi to get rid of Jim Jordan and Jim Banks, to remove them from the investigation of the Committee for Capitol Hill, which makes no sense anyway. Why are we still investigating the so-called insurrection at the Capitol Hill? If they really cared about an investigation about January 6th, we would look into the officer who unjustifiably shot and killed Ashley Babbitt. So the left really doesn't care about what took place on January 6th because Nancy Pelosi won't even allow a lot of the footage to be released on what took place on January 6th. So they don't really care about that. And then Nancy Pelosi is in support of the guy Benny Thompson to actually be like the head investigator of January 6th. And he basically is an American hater.
I've had from our intelligence agencies, FBI and what have you, say that the greatest threat to this country is the radical right-wing white extremist organizations in the country. It's not, Black Lives Matter. It's not the Nation of Islam. It's not the NAACP. It's these people who really want to destroy this country. And so when I saw January 6th up close and personal, I said, well, here we go. This is exactly what we've been trying to get people to understand. These people are crazy. In their mind, they thought they could stop the United States Congress from doing its constitutional duties by taking over the place. And the fact that the former President Trump had encouraged them in word and deed to do that. So what I saw on that day was a manifestation of misinformation and disinformation, which is one of the characteristics of how extremists operate. By what I mean by that, if they keep saying something is wrong long enough.
What a shame. Another intellectual, dumb black man who's completely out of touch with reality, who probably has all the credentials in the world to prove how smart he is. Just because you got a credential don't mean you smart. It's people with more credentials than me and you that's telling us that men can have babies, and we'll believe it. The Democratic Party play to your emotions. They don't think that you're smart enough to figure it out. Unfortunately, they're right. Most black people ain't, because we're loyal to the Democratic Party, even though they're the side of the real white supremacists who think that black people are inferior. How's this black man this out of touch with reality talking about white supremacists the biggest threat to the United States? Or maybe he's just copying his big brother, Joe Biden. We're 13% of the population. However, black people are doing majority of the violent crime in the country. The mass shootings get blamed on white people when black people are doing majority of the mass shootings. I know you want to reject that, black man, but anytime there's more than 4 people who get shot all at one time, that's a mass shooting. We do majority of it. We shoot the club up. We shoot the block up. Pookie and Ray Ray don't give a damn. We blame white supremacy on everything. Let me ask you a question, black man. Is the white man forcing LaQuisha to get pregnant out of wedlock? Is the white man forcing these young black girls to get abortion left and right? Is the white man forcing black people to put tattoos all over their face and sag their pants and say the F word in every other sentence? Is white supremacy really the problem? What you worried about when you live in a hood, when you live in a ghetto? Are you really worrying about some white person doing something to you? Or are you worrying about an N-word doing something to you? And that's just the fact. That's why I call my channel 50-50. Because 50 plus 50 equals 100. And I keep it 100. Thank you, George Floyd, for dying is what Nancy Pelosi believe in. These Democrats just play to our emotion to keep us emotionally upset. They think that we're genetically inferior and we can't accomplish the things that white folks can. We the only culture of people that just vote based off of emotion and not what's best for us. If you really think about it, the American dream is the Republican side. It stands for more freedom. Honestly, what do you want from the government? Everything that the government touched, it always wound up being messed up. Anything they're going to give you for free is going to be the worst of the worst stuff you could ever ask for. The only thing I want from the government, fix the roads. I understand we got to pay a little bit of taxes for that. Give us some public school for the children. Give us security in our neighborhoods by policing it properly. Protect the borders. We need a military to protect us from foreign threats. That's really all we need. We need to get out of this welfare state. They cater to us and tell us they're going to give us free stuff, so we vote Democrat. That's why I enjoy the Republican Party, because they really don't want a giant government that's going to be all in control of your life, taking away your freedom, taking away your right to bear arms. At the same time, the Democratic Party take away the cops. The cops don't even want to help the black community no more. And why should they? All they got to do is look at a black person wrong, and they're going to get a leave of absence because they're going to be accused of being racist. And that's what we support. The American dream is on the Republican side. Hard work, capitalism, buy a house, get some land, keep your money. Why should everybody work hard? You shouldn't have to work harder than your neighbor just so your neighbor can be equal to you. We don't want communism. We don't want socialism. When they push this stuff on us, we should reject it as the black community, as Americans, period. The conservative Republican side is better. And being a conservative, it don't mean you got to like white people. You can hate them. Just give them some respect. And you don't need nothing from them. You don't need the white man approval to do well in this country. You could do that on your own. Why do you worry about white supremacy? Why do you worry if a white man don't like a black person? Why do we care? As long as they not touching you, they not harming your family, and they think what they want to think when they go in their personal home, I don't care. I don't care if the white man don't like me. I don't understand. It's like reverse psychology, because we're accused of being the bootlickers if you're a black conservative. However, the black Democratic people, y'all the ones who's begging white people for help. Y'all need the white man approval. Us black Republicans, we recognize that the best way to fix our life is within us. We are responsible for our own actions. The Republican black man realized there's no legislation that the white man can write to change how black people act culturally. Black liberal Democrats think that the white people can come back and fix the problems in the inner city. It's just not going to happen. I don't want nothing from the white man. I do want some sort of government. I do want a military to protect us. Close the borders. They won't address none of the real problems. They don't care. The borders are 100% open. Your reparations are going to the border. Y'all care about reparations, but we ain't getting that because we already made a bad negotiation during the civil rights movement. The civil rights and affirmative action was our reparations. We negotiated a bad deal with America. And you think they're going to renegotiate and give black people a different set of reparations? It's just not coming. It's unrealistic to believe that's going to ever happen. Y'all the real bootlickers. Y'all need the white man approval, not me. I don't even care if the next white man like me. I don't care if the next black man like me. My life is in my own hands. I'm going to do well for myself, and I'm not going to give a damn what nobody else think. The Democratic Party won't address none of the real problems. They won't address Pookie and Ray Ray shooting Raheem in damn near every city. They don't care. It's hardly an investigation. When black people do crime in the inner cities, no, that's not a threat. White supremacy. Come on, black man. You live in a hood. When was the last time you seen a white supremacist in a hood? Oh, you got pulled over by a cop. They pulled you over because you was black. Y'all out of touch with reality. Just think about it. The black man views, it lines up much better with the Republican Party. That's how you live the American dream, by thinking like a Republican conservative capitalist, by thinking like a radical liberal left-wing nut, feeling like a victim with a victim manhood mentality that the left is trying to push on the black community. That's going to keep you down. That's going to keep you messed up. Let me know what you think about it. Am I tripping? Do you think I'm a coon? You think I don't know what I'm talking about? Or do you agree with me that the American dream, the Republican conservative, actually has a better plan, agenda for the black community than the radical, woke, left-wing mob do? They won't address the real problems. Think about it. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like, share, comment. Peace.